Welcome to another edition of A Game a Day by Zay. This is a presentation presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. And the matchup tonight will be the Brooklyn Nets versus the Philadelphia 76ers. This will be the rubber match between both teams, having split the season series so far 1-1. This is the final game of the regular season between both teams who have the same record. Right now, the Sixers hold the tiebreaker, but Philadelphia and Brooklyn are both 37 and 17. The issue is that when both teams play, there are big stars missing on both sides. So far, Kevin Durant has missed a number of games this season due to Achilles management, and he suffered from a hamstring injury that has kept him in and out of the lineup. James Harden has had some hamstring tightness that has forced him to miss a number of games. He'll be out for a couple of more days, making sure that that is taken care of. And then Kyrie Irving, who's missed some games this season due to personal reasons throughout the season, he's just returning. So the Nets have had to deal with injuries. The Sixers have had to deal with injuries, most recently to MVP candidate Joel Embiid, who's having a spectacular season, but he's missed 18 games this season. So Joel is back, and the Sixers are healthy, but Kevin Durant and James Harden will be out tonight. So that shall affect how the Nets handle personnel, but they've dealt with it all season, so we'll see how they deal with it tonight. To start the game, Sixers win the tip, and Ben Simmons gets his first basket of the game. So Sixers lead 2-0. We'll get the starting lineup to you shortly. With the basketball right now is Landry Shamet. Shamet has been out of the lineup this season due to multiple ankle injuries, but he's starting at the two guard tonight. Ben Simmons with the basketball as Shamet misses the jumper, rebounded by Joel Embiid, and he gets it to Ben Simmons. There's a foul in the post by Kyrie Irving, and we'll get these starting fives to you right now. So for Brooklyn, you have Kyrie Irving, Landry Shamet, Joe Harris, Jeff Green, and DeAndre Jordan in the starting five. For Philadelphia, you have you have Ben Simmons, Danny Green, Seth Curry, Joel Embiid, and Tobias Harris. Pardon me. I got tongue tied there because Joe Harris is actually guarding Tobias Harris. But on cue, Tobias Harris knocks in a jumper from the left block. So Sixers lead 4-0. Kyrie Irving is back. Despite being in and out of the lineup, he's having a spectacular season, all NBA caliber season. In his last 21 games played, the Nets are 18-3. The issue with Kyrie is more so not necessarily durability because he hasn't been injured, but he's been in and out of the lineup due to multiple personal reasons. So uh, the unpredictability of when he's going to play has definitely been an issue. Jeff Green knocks down the Nets' first basket from the right corner. It's a long two, so Sixers lead 4-2. Joel Embiid tries to get a quick score, but isn't able to get it to fall. So Nets looking to come back. They get it to Kyrie Irving. Irving in the right corner, trapped by Danny Green and Ben Simmons. He works it out to Jeff Green from the left corner, knocks in the, pardon me, shoots the three, but he misses. Tobias Harris gets the rebound. Harris gets it out to Joel Embiid. Embiid for three, knocks it down. Joel Embiid had a spectacular game in Philadelphia's most recent win on the road against the Dallas Mavericks. He scored 36 points, was able to get to the free throw line at will, and really put the front line of Dallas in vulnerable positions. He was able to get to the line despite not making a lot of field goals early, but he picked it up in the third quarter and really got it going. 7-4, Philly leads as Brooklyn just got a quick score. Jeff Green trying to get inside and score over Embiid. Can't get it to fall, but DeAndre Jordan is there on the offensive glass to get the putback. And trying to get a quick score inside as Joel Embiid wasn't able to get it to fall, but he's fouled. As we can see a lot of different threads connected here. We have Tobias Harris uh, playing exceptionally well under Doc Rivers on the Clippers. As Doc Rivers comes from the Clippers to Philadelphia, that is a big reason why we see the Philadelphia 76ers at the #1 spot in the East because he's holding them accountable. Joel Embiid is playing much more motivated, and Tobias Harris and kind is having a career year, all-star caliber year, even though he didn't make it this year. He's definitely having an all-star caliber season under Doc Rivers. Also, we can look at the Nets roster, and you see DeAndre Jordan, who spent the majority of his career with the Los Angeles Clippers, most notably under Doc Rivers and Lob City. And you can also point to Blake Griffin, who had his best years under Doc Rivers and the Los Angeles Clippers. Unfortunately, those Clippers teams, while immensely talented, were never able to get over the hump and get out of the second round. So there's definitely some threads there that can be explored. Turnover by the Nets, Joel Embiid in the post, guarded by DeAndre Jordan. And we have a fadeaway, one leg, step back, still able to knock it down. Joel Embiid is so skilled. He can play on the outside, dominate on the inside. He draws so many different double teams that the attention he generates can get open shots for his teammates. The only thing with him in terms of his offensive game is at times he can be a bit turnover prone because he tends to hold the ball a bit too low at times. But nevertheless, his skill set is second to none, especially at the center position. We look at the replay on the left block, takes one dribble, turns back to the baseline, able to generate enough space off one leg, and is able to finish. Offensively, Philadelphia able to come back and get a quick basket. This is Ben Simmons' second basket, able to set up off of the post game of Tobias Harris off the left block. Pardon me, off the right block. He's able to find Ben slipping into the paint for the layup. Off of the miss, Ben Simmons is able to get out and run, tries to get Tobias Harris for a three, but he's unable to knock it down. Nets trying to get a quick score for Joe Harris, but it's a moving screen by Jeff Green, knocking over Seth Curry to free up Joe Harris. And Joe Harris, one of the best scorers, one of the best shooters in the NBA. He's playing so well off of the talent that the Nets have acquired in James Harden and Kevin Durant this season. Off of the left block, you see Tobias Harris able to get a pump fake and drive baseline and finishes with the reverse. Philadelphia right now is on an 8-0 run. They lead Brooklyn 15-6. Looking to set up an alley-oop is Kyrie Irving. He sets up DeAndre Jordan for the one-hand slam. Ben Simmons looking to get Landry Shamet in the post. He kicks out to Joel Embiid for three. He misses it off the back rim. DeAndre Jordan with the rebound. So the Nets looking to get out and run. Jeff Green in the right corner, cut off by Seth Curry. Skip pass over to Kyrie Irving at the top of the key. Kyrie takes a screen from DeAndre Jordan, and he knocks in the mid-range jumper so pure. Brooklyn gets two quick baskets. Now Philadelphia leads by 5, 15-10. And we have a foul again by the Nets, this time by Joe Harris, trying to fight through a screen by Ben Simmons. It'll be a timeout on the floor for the Nets. Sixers lead 15-10. We'll be back as both teams fighting for supremacy in the Eastern Conference. Stay tuned for more. This is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back as the Sixers come out of the timeout. Seth Curry with a step-back jumper. He misses it, so DeAndre Jordan gets the rebound. Both teams come into this game playing very strong. Sixers 6-4 in their last 10. Brooklyn is 7-3 in their last 10. Philadelphia coming off of a 113-95 victory over the Mavericks. Kyrie Irving misses a mid-range jumper, rebounded by Joel Embiid. The Nets are coming off of a dominant victory over the Minnesota Timberwolves yesterday, in which they played midday at 4 p.m. Missed shot by Tobias Harris. Nets able to get out and run. Joe Harris looking to take a screen from Jeff Green. Kyrie at the top of the key looking to set up. Goes behind the back to Tobias, who's guarded by Joel Embiid now. Jeff Green floater off the glass is good. So Nets now on a 6-0 run. They've cut Philadelphia's largest lead, which was 9, down to 3 now. Ben Simmons attacking, looking to go off the dribble. He tries to get a floater over Jeff Green and rims out. And Kyrie Irving works the left wing, takes a screen from DeAndre Jordan, works it over to Landry Shamet. Shamet goes to Jeff Green, guarded by Ben Simmons. Green step back three, a shot clock is winding down. He misses it, rebounded by Embiid. Harris, back to Embiid. They work the two-man game, pick and roll, no good, as Joel Embiid's jumper rims out. So Philadelphia's starting to go cold now. Shamet for 3. He is fouled by Steph Curry. Looks like Shamet sold that a bit, but there was some contact. So Shamet will be going to the free throw line for the Nets' first appearance at the line. When we look at the replay again, it looks like Shamet sold it just a bit, but there was minimal contact. He makes the first. Shamet this season shooting 40% from the field, 39% from 3. So he's definitely a floor spreader for the Nets. The thing about Shamet, though, I mentioned earlier, is just his inability to stay on the floor at times. He's missed time this year for multiple ankle injuries, but he's really someone that's supposed to complement Joe Harris on the other side of the wing to support the off the ball play of Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and James Harden. Brooklyn now on an 8-0 run. Philadelphia's 9-point lead now cut to 1, 15-14. 9 on the shot clock as DeAndre Jordan deflects Joel Embiid's dribble out of bounds. So 9 on the shot clock, 4:27 left in the first quarter. Simmons trying to get it inside to Embiid. It's deflected by DeAndre Jordan, and Simmons able to catch the deflection and go right up for the basket. So Simmons with 6 points here in the first quarter. Sixers lead by 3, 17-14. Kyrie Irving trying to set up an alley-oop for DeAndre Jordan. He's fouled before DeAndre is able to get mid-air. And they say the foul will be on the floor. DeAndre already with 8 rebounds. He also has 4 points. So foul on the floor, Nets basketball. Kyrie looking to work the two-man game with DeAndre. The pick and roll is cut off by Matisse Thybulle. Matisse Thybulle, the great individual perimeter defender, put in a blender, though, against Kyrie Irving as Kyrie works off the dribble, back to the spin move and floater off the glass. Danny Green knocks in a right wing 3 to give Philly a 4-point lead, 20-16. Jeff Green in the post gets set up from Kyrie Irving. Jeff Green able to score. So back and forth we go. Brooklyn trails Philadelphia 20-18. 3:31 left in the first quarter. Joel Embiid in the post against DeAndre Jordan. There's contact, no call. DeAndre able to get the stop and the rebound. So Matisse Thybulle guarding Kyrie Irving. Joel Embiid on the help. Left DeAndre Jordan, and Kyrie Irving found him for a reverse slam. Great alley-oop set up there by Kyrie Irving using Philadelphia's defensive aggressiveness against them. So DeAndre Jordan now with 6 points, 9 rebounds. Game tied at 20. Joel Embiid for 3 from the right corner. He knocks it down. So Philadelphia's been playing from ahead, but Brooklyn is in the game now. Back and forth we go. 2:53 remaining here in the first quarter. Philadelphia leads 23-20. Brooklyn calls timeout. We'll be back with more. This is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back out of that Nets timeout. Both teams shooting extremely efficiently. 2:53 left in the first. Sixers lead 23-20. Sixers shooting 50% from the field, 9 of 18. Brooklyn shooting 9 of 15 from the floor. Sixers have knocked down 3 3-pointers so far, 3 of 6 from the floor, while Brooklyn is only 0 of 3, but Brooklyn has been able to keep pace with Philadelphia off of uh, great defensive rebounding, most notably by DeAndre Jordan. Nets out rebounding Philadelphia 9-6 so far. Mid-range jumper for Kyrie Irving is there from the left block, so it's a 1-point game again. Sixers lead 23-20. Pardon me, 23-22. Inside for Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid takes a double team from Jeff Green and DeAndre Jordan. Mid blows a layup. Jeff Green able to get out and run, trying to get the Nets their first lead of the game. They can't get the layup inside. The offensive rebound deflected out to Kyrie Irving. Kyrie has to make a play with 7 on the shot clock. Great defense by Matisse Thybulle. Kyrie still able to get the basket. Tough defense by Matisse Thybulle, but again, the skill set for Kyrie Irving, especially on the perimeter, second to none. But Ben Simmons gets a quick basket in the end with the two-hand slam. So Sixers now back up by 1. Seesaw game. Kyrie Irving, though, from the field, 10 points, 5 of 6 from the floor. And we have a turnover as the Nets try to work the left baseline, step out of bounds prior to the pass. So Sixers up 1 with the basketball, but Kyrie Irving has been exceptional, making a lot of tough shots. Matisse Thybulle has been on him defensively like white on rice, but it doesn't matter. Kyrie Irving is so skilled with both hands. He can move, especially off of the handle. He's arguably the best ball handler in NBA history, especially when it comes to creating his own shot. One-on-one, very tough to stop. So he goes to the bench. Shake Milton into the game for the Sixers. Bruce Brown is into the game for the Nets. Brown guarding Ben Simmons. Simmons attacking off the dribble. Nicholas Claxton is called for the foul. So Simmons will be going to the free throw line. Ben Simmons very aggressive early. We look at Simmons this season averaging just under 15 points per game. But Simmons' impact is never reduced just to scoring. He's able to impact the game defensively. He's able to play make. He does so many intangible things that help this Philadelphia 76ers team that at times he can be a bit underrated. Many people expect for Simmons to be more of an offensive threat because he's 6'10", but that's not his game as a scorer. I think, and I've said at times, especially broadcasting Sixers games, that if the Sixers are going to go to the next level, he definitely has to be more assertive. He doesn't necessarily have to be the most prolific scorer, but you have to make you have to keep the defense honest. And as a threat, you have to put your team in position to play off of your aggressiveness. If you're one-dimensional as a passer, then it makes it easier to guard you. So I think he has to be more assertive. He'll never be the most prolific player because, especially as a scorer, because he doesn't have the scorer mentality. But you have to use your skill set and play off of that to keep the defense honest. Sixers get a turnover as there's a backcourt violation for the Nets. They turn that into 3 points as Shake Milton knocks in a left corner 3-point shot. So Sixers back up by 5. Sixers have gone 4 for 7 from 3 early. So it's 29-24. Nicholas Claxton in the left corner guarded by Mike Scott. He finds Landry Shamet. Shamet on a broken play finds Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot. TLC actually played for the Sixers for a year. He's able to get it to Landry Shamet as the shot clock is winding down. He knocks in the Nets' first three-pointer of the game. 33 seconds left. Ben Simmons draws and kicks. He kicks it out to Mike Scott for 3 from the right corner. So a 3-point barrage is picked up here as the Sixers have knocked in their 5th 3-pointer of the first quarter. Can they sustain this hot 3-point shooting? We will see. But it's a 5-point game so far. Nets not going away despite being depleted depth-wise. 32-27, 10 seconds left, first quarter. Shamet off the dribble is fouled. He's fouled by Furkan Korkmaz. Great move by Shamet. Between the legs, right to left crossover. Takes contact, tries to finish with the left hand. Minimal contact there, but it was contact. You got to respect the call. 7.3 left in the first quarter. Shamet's first free throw is good. So the Nets looking to rely on their second unit here to close out this first quarter. Coming back into the game for Philadelphia for their final possession would be Tobias Harris. Shamet heads to the bench. Definitely gave the Sixers a lot of energy defensively. He was caught a couple of times by Kyrie Irving, but Shamet will never cheat you with his effort defensively. He's one of the best defensive players in the NBA. Ben Simmons, with 4 seconds left, gets it to Korkmaz. Korkmaz for 3, isn't able to get it to fall. So we go into the second quarter. Sixers lead by 3, 32-29. This is a game of day by Isaiah, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. I'm Isaiah Rhodes. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back as we start this second quarter. One of the baskets for the Nets has been changed from a 3 to a 2. So the Sixers went into the second quarter with a 32-28 lead, but Bruce Brown is able to score the first basket of the quarter. So Sixers lead now 32-30. Tobias Harris inside responds, takes contact from Landry Shamet. Shamet tried to draw a charge. Refs don't fall for the flop. So Tobias gets an easy basket, 34-30. Sixers lead. Both stars in this game, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, having great first quarters. Irving more efficient though, 5 of 6 from the floor, 10 points. Embiid knocked down 2 3-point shots and a field goal, so he was 3 for 9, but he ended also with 10 points in that first quarter. Bruce Brown attacks the basket and is fouled, so he'll go to the free throw line for 2. Bruce Brown has been a revelation for this Nets team. He's been such a great role player, very, very versatile. Despite being only 6'4", his tenacity allows for him to guard 1 through 5 at times. And I know being 6'4", you're surprised by hearing me say that, but he definitely gives energy. He's often caught up in switches where teams try to exploit him because of his size. He defends really, really well and puts the Nets in position to get out and run. He rebounds really, really well from the guard position, and he just is very disruptive as a role player. He allows for teams, for his team to utilize him off the ball. He's low maintenance. He can find the basketball and find points, especially when needed. So Bruce Brown, a very, very good role player for this high-powered Nets team. Matisse Thybulle initially had a layup attempt. It was deflected. Well, it looked like it was deflected, but he lost the ball in the air and then tried to shoot it before it hit the rim. So that's a travel. So Nets get possession back. Landry Shamet tries to get a floater inside. He misses it, tries to get the offensive rebound, but it goes out of bounds. So Sixers maintain a 2-point lead and possession, 34-32. Despite a depleted roster due to injury and rest management, Nets still fighting. Tobias Harris with the basketball in the post, guarded by Joe Harris. He finds Matisse Thybulle on the cut. Matisse out of control on the layup attempt, misses it. Kyrie Irving looking to come back, work the right baseline, cut off by Tobias Harris. Going in the post is Kyrie, but he loses the ball. Shake Milton on the run, finds Matisse Thybulle at the rim, able to finish a layup. So it's 36-32. Sixers lead. Nets trying to get quick offense. They go to Joe Harris, who works the baseline going left, able to reverse to the right side. Joe Harris with the strong finish. So back and forth we go now. Furkan Korkmaz gets it to Tobias Harris. Top of the key to 3. Shoots it over Nicholas Claxton. The outstretched arms of Nicholas Claxton do not matter. Tobias Harris knocks in another 3 for Philadelphia, who's hit 5 3-pointers in the first quarter. So they continue their hot shooting. Harris tonight, 9 points, 4 of 6 from the floor. 5-point game. Sixers trying to stop an alley-oop attempt, but Nicholas Claxton is fouled. Great setup there by Kyrie Irving, going left, throws the alley-oop back right, and they say Nicholas Claxton was fouled. So two things. First, we have to see the replay to see if there actually was a foul. Look at Kyrie going left. He throws the alley. Okay, so I'm looking at it, and it was minimal contact, but Claxton did get fouled prior to going up in the air. So they said that the foul was on the ground, and that actually saves points as Nicholas Claxton gets the inbound, tries to go to the rim, misses a layup inside, rebounded by Tobias Harris. So it's a 5-point game, 39-34. Tobias Harris working his way across the lane. From the left side, working his way back right, left to right crossover, gets the hook shot to fall. So Sixers up 7. Their largest lead of the game was 9. Joe Harris looking to respond, shoots a 3. He misses it off the front rim, but the rebound goes to Bruce Brown. Great back tip by Furkan Korkmaz to force that steal. Mike Scott comes away with it and gets it to Tobias Harris. In the post, off the right block, Tobias Harris guarded by Kyrie Irving. Kyrie with the great back tip to force that turnover. And then Tobias Harris comes back and strips Kyrie Irving in the paint. So back and forth we go. Great defensive play by both teams. 7-point game as we approach 8 minutes to play here in the first half. Shake Milton takes the screen by Mike Scott. Attacks with the left hand and is able to finish. So the Sixers second unit is starting to create some separation here. Back to a 9-point lead for Philly. Sixers on a 7-0 run over the last 2 minutes. Joe Harris on the right wing, guarded by Korkmaz. Left to right crossover, working the right baseline. Takes contact from Korkmaz. It doesn't matter. Still able to finish. So Sixers up 7. 7:36 remaining. We got a timeout by Doc Rivers with 7:36 remaining in the first half. Stay tuned for more as the Sixers lead by 7, 43-36. Welcome back as the Sixers lead Brooklyn 43-36. Both teams going back and forth, competing. Tobias Harris with the basketball, working his way in the post against Joe Harris off the right block, still able to take the contact from Harris and finish. So Sixers back up 9. Harris with 13.6 of 8 from the floor, very efficient. Joe Harris on the left wing, looking to get a matchup with Furkan Korkmaz. Sets up Kyrie Irving in the post, guarded by Matisse Thybulle. Great defense by Thybulle as Kyrie Irving turns over the basketball. That energy by Matisse Thybulle again. Kyrie Irving is going to make it very difficult. He's able to create separation, very minimal separation off his dribble and get any shot off. So you have to stay disciplined while still using your hands to make his dribbles difficult. He'll still do what he has to do, but you have to be there to make it difficult. And Thybulle's been doing that, although Irving's been very efficient tonight from the field. His shots have been made difficult throughout the game. So we look at the turnover differential right now. Brooklyn with 8 turnovers, Philadelphia with 2. Shake Milton looking to get it to Danny Green, who finds Joel Embiid inside. It's deflected. Seth Curry saves it. He gets it to Shake Milton. Shake Milton steps into a 3. Big time basket there by Shake Milton. And it's a 12-point game. We look at the turnover differential with 6 turnovers difference between both teams. Philadelphia has 12 points off of Brooklyn turnovers. So that was the difference in the game. I say was because Kyrie Irving steps into a right wing 3 and knocks it down. So it's a 9-point game. Tobias Harris, mid-range jumper, free throw line extended. It is good. Working his way left, stops on a dime and pulls up for the jumper. So it's an 11-point game now. Harris, 15 points. Kyrie Irving trying to keep the nets in it. He goes off of the right leg, shoots the one-hand floater, but he's fouled. So Irving will be going to the free throw line. Irving this season Very, very efficient. I speak at length about him missing time due to personal reasons, but his efficiency this season has been career high worthy. He's averaging 27.6 points per game. He's shooting 51% from the floor, 39.8% from three, and at the free throw line, he's shooting 91%. So he's tenths of a point away from shooting 50, 40, 90 this season at the point guard position or two guard, depending on how you distinguish his position. But being able to shoot 50, 40, 90 at his size and being prolific, it shows you how great he is. Usually guards that shoot 50, 40, 90 aren't as prolific as Irvin, averaging close to 28 points per game. They usually uh, are around the 18 to 20 point mark and really focus on minimal shots. Kyrie's shoot shots per game are only at 21. So he's very efficient when he gets the opportunity to score. Irvin makes both free throws. Sixers lead by 9, but Joel Embiid comes right back out of the left block, gets DeAndre Jordan on the move, and is able to finish at the rim. So it's an 11-point game again. Embiid tonight, 4 of 11 from the floor, 12 points. Kyrie Irving trying to work his way into the paint. Big time move there by Kyrie Irving. Working left initially, draws in Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, but then uses the right hand to step back into a floater. Ben Simmons trying to get an easy basket, misses, but Joel Embiid is there for the offensive rebound and put back. So back and forth we go. Both teams are trading baskets. Brooklyn trying to just stay within arm's length right now. Kyrie Irving doing all he can offensively to keep the firepower there for the Nets. A three-point shot for Shamet is good. So Landry Shamet were able to work off the screen from DeAndre Jordan to knock in the left wing three. So it was an 8-point game, 54 to 46. We approach 4 minutes left in the first half. Ben Simmons works off the glass. The hook shot no good. Deflected out to Ben Simmons, so he gets the offensive rebound, and Sixers retain possession. Danny Green has his dribble deflected out of bounds, so with 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Sixers basketball. Simmons got some early baskets there in that first quarter. 6 early points in the first. Since then, he's been relatively quiet. But he's able to set up Tobias Harris on the move for a basket at the rim. So Sixers up 10. Jeff Green, quick response on the leak out off of the made Sixers basket. Nets get quick offense. So the Nets and Sixers both shooting efficiently, both at 59%. Embiid in the post, kicks it back out to Tobias Harris. Harris working off the right wing. 5 on the shot clock. Step back jumper for Joel Embiid. Falls off the front rim. Nets looking to get out and run. Kyrie Irving pulls up for the right wing three in motion. He misses it. The initial rebound there for Joel Embiid, but it's deflected out of bounds. Possession will stay with Philadelphia. Looking at Embiid, he's walking a bit gingerly. We can look back to that initial dunk where he took DeAndre Jordan off of the dribble to slam it home. He came down awkwardly, and since then he's been moving really gingerly. Sixers still trying to work him into the offense. He pulls up for the mid-range jumper off the glass, no good. So let's pay attention to that. Let's see how he's used offensively going forward the rest of the way. 3 minutes left, and the Nets with 14 on the shot clock have to reset. That initial shot was taken by Alize Johnson, who signed a contract extension with the Nets worth $4 million. He initially started his career with the Nets on multiple 10-day contracts, but he played really, really solid. So it's good to see him get some NBA security. Nets able to score. So it's 56 to 50. Embiid in the paint, guarded by DeAndre Jordan, takes contact, still able to finish. So despite moving around gingerly, Embiid still active and aggressive. Sixers lead by 8. Tobias Harris almost played that passing lane perfectly as Johnson tried to set up Jeff Green, and it'll be Nets possession. Look at the Embiid basket, takes contact from DeAndre Jordan, still able to get lift and finish at the basket. But let's pay attention to Joel Embiid going forward. He definitely missed some games this year due to injury. Most recently, he hyperextended his left knee, which forced him to miss 9 games. The Sixers went 6-3 during those 9 games, but the Sixers organization are trying everything they can to manage Joel Embiid's body to make sure that he's able to finish this season at an optimal level and prepare for the playoffs. I know I speak at length about Ben Simmons being assertive if this team is going to go to the next level, but nothing moves without Joel Embiid being aggressive, being present, and being able to play. So let's see what happens going forward. Uh, Especially after this game, the Sixers definitely want to win this game so that they can have the tiebreaker with the Nets in case both teams finish with the same record. But again, you don't want to ever run the risk of having Joel Embiid miss more substantial period of time, especially as we prepare for the playoffs. We'll be back as there's a timeout on the floor. Sixers lead by 8, 58-50. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back. And the Nets able to get an alley-oop for DeAndre Jordan out of that timeout. He finishes with the left hand on the left side. So we approach 2 minutes remaining. Joel Embiid still on the floor. We've been paying attention to how he's moving, especially with that left knee that was hyperextended most recently. He's been back. He's been playing. He's been aggressive. Um, but again, you always want to make sure that both teams are at their optimal level when it matters most. That's why the Nets are sitting are sitting Kevin Durant right now, managing his hamstring injury. Sixers trying to set up a basket for Joel Embiid, unable to get the floater to fall. Again, not shooting the most efficiently tonight. DeAndre Jordan has definitely been a challenge for Embiid. Embiid in the post now guarded by Jeff Green. 14 on the shot clock, working out of the left block, gets Jeff Green out of the way, and is fouled by DeAndre Jordan. So good aggressiveness there by Embiid. He was able to get the mismatch with Jordan, with Green to get Jordan off of him. Utilize his size on Green. On the help, DeAndre Jordan fouls Embiid. So 132 left, and B goes to the free throw line. And B, one of the most prolific free throw shooters in the league in terms of attempts. He averages just under 12 attempts per game, and that's saying a lot considering he's averaging just under 30 points per game. He's averaging 29.6 points per game this season. Embiid's second free throw is good, so Sixers back up 8, 60-52. Danny Green hounding Landry Shamet. He needs a screen from DeAndre Jordan to create some separation, moving up the court. Shamet trying to attack, set up a pick and roll with DeAndre. Back to Shamet. Great back tip by Danny Green. And on the leak out, can Danny Green score? He dunked it home. So great defense there by Danny Green on the back tip. And great pass on the leak out from Shake Milton. So we approach a minute remaining. Sixers up 10, 62-52. The Nets have kept pace with the Sixers despite limited depth. Bruce Brown attacking. He misses, rebounded by Danny Green. Ben Simmons working his way up the court, kicks it to Joel Embiid on the left wing off the dribble. Embiid initially went to the Euro, but stopped mid-Euro and kicked it out to Danny Green in the post. Embiid takes contact again from DeAndre Jordan. And this is what makes Embiid so difficult to guard. Because of his skill set, being able to go off the dribble as a big, you have to play him for the jump shot. And then he can easily just go in the post, reset, and draw contact. He's very crafty around the rim. He's 7 feet, he's explosive, and he's strong, but he's crafty in terms of how he creates contact. He's very similar to James Harden in that regard in terms of how both are able to draw contact and get to the free throw line. First free throw is good. They're also very similar in this respect too, because they draw so much contact in the regular season and get to the free throw line. At times, both Harden and Embiid rely on free throws specifically to try to score. And when they play, at times they're not playing to get a bucket; they're playing to get the foul, as opposed to playing to get the bucket. And if you get fouled, then you get the go in to take the free throws. But if you're playing for the foul, if the refs don't call the foul, then at times their game can be a bit disrupted, especially under pressure. But we'll see how both play this season in this postseason. Jeff Green able to get a quick score, good setup there by Kyrie Irving. Embiid here in the first half with 20 points. Embiid again under the basket trying to get a bucket around DeAndre Jordan and draws another foul. So Embiid, despite having some issues with DeAndre defensively, is putting him in a position to be vulnerable, and the foul trouble is starting to pick up for DeAndre. So let's see if the Nets use or how the Nets use DeAndre Jordan to defend Embiid going forward. Embiid was fouled. He definitely was fouled. He definitely was fouled by DeAndre. Hit him on the arm going up. 26.8 seconds left, and Embiid's first free throw rims out. Embiid's first free throw rims out. If we go back to the previous game for Embiid, 36 points. I mentioned him picking up his field goals there in that third quarter against the Mavericks, but it was the free throws in the first quarter, in the first half, pardon me. It was the free throws in the first half that really got it going. At the free throw line, Embiid shot 93%, only one miss. It was really, really dominant, putting Boban Marjanovic in foul trouble. He got Maxi Kleber in foul trouble. And just everything he wanted to do really set the tone for the Sixers. He shot 14 of 15 from the free throw line in that game against the Mavericks. So there's a stoppage here. 17 seconds left. Shot clock is off, so Sixers up 11, 65 to 54. We look at the replay. Okay, so Simmons is guarding Kyrie. They say the foul's on Simmons. So Kyrie Irving goes to the free throw line. You look at the replay. There is contact, but I thought when there was contact, the refs let the contact go, and Kyrie was able to move to the right wing. So the call was late. I think that was the issue. It was a foul, but the call was late, so that's why the Sixers were initially protesting the call. Kyrie makes both free throws. He has 21 points, shooting very efficiently. Again, 8 of 11 from the floor. Shake Milton trying to kick it out to Danny Green for a three. It's deflected out of bounds by Landry Shamet. 11.6 left in the second quarter. Sixers possession. Sixers have led for most of the way. Joel Embiid with the basketball. 10 seconds left. Guarded by Jeff Green. On the left wing. He takes him in the post. Draws and kicks out to Shake Milton. 3 seconds left. Can he get a shot off? He cannot. As Kyrie Irving gets a steal with 0.8 of a second left, and a horrible foul by Shake Milton because it's the end of the first half. If Kyrie gets the steal, the half is over. Kyrie can't score. But because Shake Milton, in frustration, had the ball ripped from him by Kyrie Irving, Kyrie is going to get fouled and go to the free throw line where he's virtually automatic. He's made his last 39 free throws. First free throw for Irving is good. So instead of going into the half up 11, the Sixers will now potentially go into the half only up 7 because of bad fouls by both Ben Simmons and Shake Milton. Irving's second free throw is good. So it's now a 7-point game, 65-58. Danny Green tries to get a first half heave, doesn't hit the rim, but the Sixers take a 7-point lead going into the half, despite a depleted roster right now due to load management and injury. The Nets still keeping pace behind 23 points in the first half for Kyrie Irving. The Philadelphia 76ers are led by 21 points from Joel Embiid to keep the Sixers ahead. We'll be back with more as we have more first half stats and your second half performance by both the Philadelphia 76ers and Brooklyn Nets. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the second half of the Philadelphia 76ers versus Brooklyn Nets. Sixers lead Brooklyn by 765-58. 3-point shot from Kyrie Irving to start the second half is no good. A rare miss for Kyrie tonight. He was 8 of 11 in the first half for 23 points. Really being able to get his shot off despite great defense from the Sixers. It didn't matter. He's been in the zone all night, and he's been able to get others involved in the first half with 7 assists. A mid-range jumper from Seth Curry is good. We look at the team field goal percentage. Sixers shooting 57%, while the Nets are shooting 55%. The three-point shooting for the Sixers have carried them at 7 of 12 from 3. The Nets came into the second half shooting 2 of 9, but they get a 3 from Jeff Green to cut the Sixers deficit from 9 to 6. Points off turnovers have been a great advantage for the Sixers, as the Sixers have gotten 17 points off of Nets turnovers, while the Nets only have 2 points off Sixers turnovers. Joel Embiid inside, able to get set up from Ben Simmons. The mismatch between Simmons and DeAndre Jordan was able to get the switch with Jeff Green and Embiid. Embiid able to get his 23rd point of the game. Embiid gets a rebound off a Jeff Green miss. Ben Simmons looking to push, gets it to Embiid. Embiid takes a straightaway 3 at the top of the key. He knocks it down, and the Sixers back up by 11. Embiid now with his third 3-point shot of the game. 3 of 5 from 3. Embiid tonight, 26 points. Pull-up jumper from Kyrie Irving off the glass, no good. Rebounded again by Tobias Harris. Ben Simmons looking to push, finds Steph Curry. Left wing 3 is no good. And it scurries out of bounds. So Sixers up 11. I mentioned the 3-point shooting from the Sixers really, really efficient so far. I questioned it in the first quarter, were they able to sustain this level of shooting? In the first quarter, they got 5 3-point shots. So far, they've been able to knock down timely threes to keep separation with the Nets. Steph Curry gets a 3-point shot to fall as he responds to a bucket from DeAndre Jordan. So Sixers back up 12, 75-63. Kyrie takes a trap from Curry and Simmons, able to get it back out to Jeff Green on the right wing. Dribble handoff to Joe Harris, working the baseline against Embiid. He kicks it back out to the left corner where Kyrie Irving is guarded by Simmons, and he tries to score on Embiid. It's blocked. Ben Simmons over to Danny Green. Left wing 3 for Danny Green, no good off the back rim, rebounded by Jeff Green. Irving trying to probe the paint, kicks out, back to Irving on a reset. 12 on the shot clock. Irving with the mismatch with Embiid. Embiid moving his feet. Defends without fouling. Irving misses. Harris. Skip pass over to Danny Green. Back in the post for Embiid. Fadeaway jumper against DeAndre Jordan is no good. Rebounded by Kyrie Irving. So we approach 8 minutes remaining. Sixers able to create some separation. They went into the half up 7. Now they're up 12. Joe Harris misses a 3 from the left wing. Good closeout by Ben Simmons. Tobias Harris trying to find Simmons, and we got a foul as Joel Embiid hit the ground. Every time he hits the ground, any Sixer fan is always worried. But Embiid's been defending, moving his feet. We look at him defending Kyrie Irving on that miss. He stayed down. He stayed vertical. And that tough shot by Kyrie Irving. The Sixers able to get out and run. Tobias Harris kicks out to Embiid. Top of the key, thought about a three. He's 3 of 5 from 3. Instead, goes off the dribble. Pull-up jumper, free throw line extended is good. So Sixers now have their largest lead of the game at 14. Embiid still grimacing a bit, but he's still dominating as he approaches a 30-point game. Kyrie Irving mid-range jumper, free throw line extended is good. So it's a 12-point game. 7:33 remaining, 77-65 Sixers lead. Seth Curry working his way to the top of the key, takes a screen from Simmons, pulls up from 3, misses it off the back rim. DeAndre Jordan rebounds the basketball. Backdoor cut from Joe Harris. What a cut there from Joe Harris, as the two-man game between Harris and DeAndre Jordan was executed to perfection. Initial pass to DeAndre Jordan from Joe Harris, set up the cut backdoor where Harris was able to get the finish. So it's a 10-point game. Joel Embiid pulls up for the jumper and he knocks it down. No foul call, but the jumper from the left corner is good. 2-point variety. But with Embiid falling on the ground, it created the 5-on-4 where Jeff Green knocks down the 3. Pardon me, a long 2. They'll probably review that to see if it's a 3. We look at the jumper by Embiid. He definitely was fouled by Joe Harris. Harris not only touched him low on his body, but he didn't allow Embiid room to land. That should have been a foul call. No foul call, but the Nets able to respond with a quick Jeff Green jumper, long 2. They'll probably review it to see if it's a 3. We'll be back as the Sixers lead by 10, 79-69. Stay tuned for more, as this is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Welcome back, as we have a 10-point game, 79-69. The Philadelphia 76ers lead the Brooklyn Nets. Embiid looking to get a mid-range jumper to fall. He misses it short, rebounded by Jeff Green. Kyrie Irving, who came into the second half 8 of 11, has gone a bit cold, but he's been a great playmaker tonight, keeping the Nets in this game. Mid-range jumper for Irving, no good. Ben Simmons looking to push, kicks it to Danny Green in the right corner, and Green got caught in the air trying to shoot and then look to pass. Turnover for the Sixers, but Ben Simmons able to force a turnover with a still great defense there playing the passing lane. He sets up Embiid for a floater inside. Embiid tonight, 32 points, 11 of 23 from the floor, 10 rebounds. Dribble handoff to Landry Shamet. The 3-point shot from the right wing, no good. Embiid able to get the rebound. So Sixers up 12. Ben Simmons looking to work the paint against Joe Harris. Kicks out to Embiid. Can he knock down another 3? He does not. But Simmons able to play great defense, force a steal on Joe Harris, who initially had the rebound, and the Sixers get another possession. They say that wasn't a possession for Joe Harris, so the Sixers have to work with 14 seconds on the shot clock, 5 seconds went off, so now it's 9. But we look at this steal from Ben Simmons on the outlet pass from DeAndre Jordan. He goes to Jeff Green, and Ben Simmons just read it perfectly and finds Joel Embiid for that floater. Those are the things that make Ben Simmons so valuable, because he's willing to make winning plays and play at a high level defensively. Off the glass, Simmons able to get a floater to fall. So Sixers now up by 14. They matched their largest lead of the game, 83-69. Under 5 minutes to play here in the third. Sixers keeping the Nets at arm's length, although the Nets have remained competitive. As I say that, Jeff Green misses a 3, rebounded by Ben Simmons. Tobias Harris at the rim, slams it home over Jeff Green, taking contact, no call. But now we have a timeout by Steve Nash and the Nets as the Sixers look to increase their lead and put a vice grip on this game. We look at the great outlet pass from Ben Simmons over to Tobias Harris, one dribble, up and away. The slam is good. So we'll be back. Sixers lead by 16, 85-69. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back as the Sixers lead 85-69 On cue, Kyrie Irving able to get a basket. Kyrie tonight shooting, uh, initially shooting very efficiently. He was shooting 8 of 11 in the first half, but since then started the second half 1 for 6 prior to that layup. But he's able to get going with back-to-back layups, as I say that. So now it's a 12-point game, 85-73. Ben Simmons looking to push. The pace kicks it back out to Embiid. Embiid goes to Steph Curry. Steph Curry tries to shoot a mid-range jumper, trying to get separation from Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot, but a moving screen by Joel Embiid forces a Sixer turnover. So Nets trying to go on a quick run to make this final fourth quarter a bit more competitive. 85-73, under 4 minutes to play here in the third. Irving guarded by Simmons. 10 on the shot clock. Can he get a shot off? He works it to Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown able to get in the air and find DeAndre Jordan for the floater. So it's a 10-point game now. Great competitive response for the Nets out of that timeout. A 6-0 run gets them within 10. DeAndre Jordan tonight, 12 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists. So great all-around play for DeAndre. He's had his hands full guarding Joel Embiid tonight. Embiid with 32 points, draws and kicks to Furkan Korkmaz. He misses it off the front rim. Bruce Brown, great effort on that rebound. Gets it to Kyrie Irving in the fast break, and Kyrie draws a foul. So great effort there by Bruce Brown to set up that fast break opportunity for Irving. And one-on-one, Irving able to draw the foul on Shake Milton. We look at Irving try to use the Euro step, and Irving able to draw the foul. I mentioned his free throw proficiency so far. Tonight, 29 points, 11 of 19 from the floor, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. On the season, Irving shooting 91%. He knocks in the first, so it's back to a single-digit ball game. Sixers got their lead up to as many as 16, but since that most recent timeout by the Nets, they're currently on a 7-0 run, looking to inch even closer. So it's an 8-point game, 85-77. 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Sixers have led for the majority of the game, virtually end to end. Simmons kicks out to Embiid. Embiid thought about a three. He goes back in the post to Ben Simmons. Back out to Embiid, jab step, 3 on the shot clock. Can Embiid get the shot off? He does. It rolls off the rim, rebounded by DeAndre Jordan. Simmons and Jeff Green hit the floor. TLC shoots a 3 from the right wing. He can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Embiid. Shake Milton looking to push. Milton with the floater. He misses it off the front rim. The offensive rebound comes to Embiid. Kicks out to Milton. Milton gets it to Furkan Korkmaz. Korkmaz goes to Embiid with the floater over DeAndre Jordan, and it's good. And Embiid keeps trying to maneuver with that left knee brace. He keeps inching towards it after every basket. Kyrie Irving attacks the rim and is able to score, working his way left. So Irving picking up his scoring here in the third. It's still an 8-point game, 87-79. Embiid attacking DeAndre Jordan with the Euro step, takes contact, and will get the M1. Embiid takes the contact. He takes the contact, falls to the ground, looked a bit out of control there, still able to get the shot off. And it's just been that type of night. So it looks like Embiid will, I want to say, go for 40, but you never know. Depending on how the Sixers finish this quarter, if they're able to create some separation, we might see the Sixers look to rest Embiid as much as they can. I mentioned, him managing that left knee. He has been dominant tonight, but after a big dunk in the first half, he's been trying to maneuver the game with some left knee irritation. We'll see how he finishes the game. But right now, Sixers up 10, and Embiid dominating. 1:47 left. Embiid yet to take the free throw. Tonight, 28 minutes, 36 points for Embiid, 13 for 28, 12 rebounds. He's been able to knock down three-pointers tonight, 3 of 5 from 3. And we can look at DeAndre Jordan trying to politic with the referee, trying to determine why that was a foul call. He's been in foul trouble all night dealing with Embiid. And Embiid knocks in the free throw, so now he has 37 points. Sixers back up 11. 1:45 remaining in the third quarter. Nicholas Claxton looking to get a dribble handoff with Bruce Brown. Over to TLC, working his way off the dribble back to Brown. Brown attacks Shake Milton and is blocked by Matisse Thybulle, trying to leak out. He couldn't quite get the rebound to Embiid, and Embiid has to give up the rebound, but the Sixers able to respond as Ben Simmons looks to get a basket, and it will be an offensive foul. All too often when Simmons drives to the basket, he doesn't really have real fluidity. So at times when he drives, it's always a direct line. It's easy to step in and take a charge because he can't really maneuver around defenders while he's driving to the basket. If it's not a direct line to the basket, it will be a turnover. Shamet misses a 3, rebounded by Korkmaz. We approach a minute remaining here in the third quarter. Korkmaz crossover dribble on Nicholas Claxton. Great perimeter defense by Claxton. 9 on the shot clock. Can Korkmaz get a shot off? He goes behind the back on Claxton again. Off the dribble, contact there, but Korkmaz able to finish off the glass. So it's 92-79, 50 seconds left. Shamet trying to attack, and he draws a foul. That foul will go against Mike Scott. But we look at the Korkmaz finish, driving right, goes back left behind the back, and is able to get the basket off the glass as the shot clock was winding down. Good initial defense there by Nicholas Claxton. Obviously, Claxton, a big man, 6'11", still able to utilize his feet, move laterally with Korkmaz, and make that shot difficult. Claxton's become a premier player off the bench to complement LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin. Initially, DeAndre Jordan was the premier center, but with Jared Allen moving on to Cleveland in the James Harden deal, they've been looking to emphasize Nicholas Claxton since trading for LaMarcus Aldridge, and he's provided great energy. He's a great rim runner. He dunks, especially off alley-oop set up by James Harden. So Claxton has been a very good role player for this Nets team so far. 27 seconds left. Mike Scott misses an open 3 from the right wing. Nets with the basketball. 20 seconds left in the quarter. There's a 6-second differential between shot clock and game clock. 9 on the shot clock. Landry Shamet with the basketball takes a trap from Shake Milton and Korkmaz. And a pass initially for TLC is stolen by Ben Simmons. He's able to get a dunk with 7 seconds left. So Sixers back up by 13. Landry Shamet looking to get a basket to Bruce Brown. He does. Great pass to Bruce Brown. And on the recovery, Mike Scott fouls Bruce Brown. If you're Doc Rivers, that's something you do not want to see. You get a great turnover and finish by Ben Simmons, but because your team didn't get back defensively, you give up an easy basket to Bruce Brown, and to complicate things, you give up an and-one. Brown completes the and-one. Ben Simmons looking to get a shot off. 2 seconds left. At the buzzer off the glass, it rolls out. That would have been a big-time 3. Sixers go into the fourth up 10. They increased their lead from the first half from 7 to 10. Big-time defense, big-time shooting. Kyrie Irving picked up his scoring at the latter part of that third quarter to make it a lot closer. But we go into the fourth, last 12 minutes. Sixers lead the Nets, 94-84. Welcome back as the Sixers go into the fourth up 10. They get a quick basket. TLC misses a 3, rebounded by Matisse Thybulle. Shake Milton off the dribble, working to the left baseline. Takes contact from Joe Harris. It doesn't stop him. He's able to knock in the jumper. So Sixers up by 14 now, 98-84. Kyrie Irving over to Bruce Brown. Brown with the floater off the right side. He knocks it down over Mike Scott. So The Nets trading baskets right now, but the Sixers have been in control virtually the entire way. Nets with a depleted roster right now due to management and injury. Kevin Durant returned from his hamstring injury a couple of games ago. So the Nets are very, very cautious in how they're monitoring him. He's resting off of a back-to-back against the Minnesota Timberwolves, in which he scored 31 points in 27 minutes. James Harden has been out with some hamstring tightness, so the Nets very, very cautious about their stars. A three from Tobias Harris extends the lead to 15. He has 22 points, but Kyrie Irving responds with another basket, so it's 101 to 88. Harris now guarded by Bruce Brown. He takes the double team from Claxton. Skip pass over to Shake Milton with 4 on the shot clock. Milton has to take it. He makes it. With 4 seconds left on the shot clock, Sixers up 16, 104 to 88. Irvin looking to get a drop off to Claxton. Miscommunication there, and Sixers able to get out and run. Tobias Harris at the rim misses the layup. Mike Scott with the rebound, but they'll call an offensive foul as he pushed off on Bruce Brown on that box out. That initial pick and roll from Kyrie Irving to Claxton, miscommunication there, but great defense by Bruce Brown. I said that Harris missed the layup short. It was because Bruce Brown blocked him. It was easier to see on that replay. So great effort there by Bruce Brown. Kyrie Irving pulls up for 3, and we got a offensive foul on Nicholas Claxton, creating a separation for Kyrie. Kyrie's looking to see if the 3 was in motion prior to the moving screen. They don't give him credit for the 3. So Sixers up 16 with the basketball. Milton looking to go off the dribble against Bruce Brown. Great defense by Bruce Brown. Milton kicks out to Korkmaz. Korkmaz knocks in another 3. So now it's a 19-point game. Sixers looking to finish this game. 5 of 6 from the floor this quarter. Nets 2 of 3. Kyrie Irving trying to work the Euro step, misses that left-hand layup. Shake Milton on the left wing goes to Mike Scott. Mike Scott in the post goes to Tobias Harris. On the left block, Harris steps out to the perimeter. Off the dribble against Claxton, back in the post. 8 on the shot clock. Fadeaway jumper for Harris is good. So Harris increases the Sixers' lead to 21. Now with 24 points. Sixers on an 8-0 run to start this quarter. Kyrie Irving trying to attack. He misses a layup, but he's fouled by Matisse Thybulle. Irving's been a bit frustrated the last couple of possessions. He gets a 3 negated due to a moving screen. Then he attacks on a Euro step. He misses it, but looks for a foul. So he's definitely looking to prove a point by attacking that paint. He gets to the free throw line. Despite the score, I will say that Kyrie Irving has tried his best to keep the Nets within an arm's length. We see Embiid go back to the locker room. That's not something you want to see. I mentioned that big dunk he had in the first half. He came down very gingerly on that left knee. Since then, he's been grimacing throughout the game. He's been dominating. He has 37 points tonight. He's played exceptionally well, but it might come at a cost. Hopefully not too bad. 8 minutes left. The Nets don't really have a chance to win this game right now, especially with the firepower that they have being on the bench. Kyrie Irving goes and he sits down, which potentially could be for the rest of the game. Okay, so we see Embiid come back to the bench, so that's a good sight. Sixers up 19 with the basketball. Harris has got it going here in the fourth quarter. Looking to close out this game. He finds Korkmaz for a straightaway 3. Korkmaz knocks it down. So the Sixers just increasing their largest lead by the 3s now. 112 to 90. Largest lead of the game for the Sixers. Bruce Brown responds with the 3 of his own. So Shake Milton over to Thibault. Matisse Thibault attacking, finds Mike Scott. Over to Tobias Harris. We look at the three-point shooting this quarter. Sixers 4-4 from three. Missed shot by Tobias Harris, rebound by Bruce Brown. Brown looking to run the offense now with Kyrie Irving on the bench. He attacks the rim and is fouled, so he'll be going to the free throw line. Good two-man game between Brown and Harris, between Brown and Shaman to set up that opportunity. So Brown going to the free throw line tonight, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, shooting 4 of 7 from the field. He makes the first free throw. If you're the Brooklyn Nets, you're not necessarily worried about this game. Obviously, again, you worry about home court advantage, but if you can finish within the top 3 seeds, you'll definitely have home court advantage in the first round. Depending on where you fall between that second or third seed, that will determine who gets that home court advantage. If you have the number 1 seed, you'll have home court throughout for the entire conference. But considering the firepower that the Nets have, I don't think they're too concerned. If you're Philadelphia, you want home court advantage. You want to have that crowd behind you, especially with the crowd starting to fill in for the first time in a while since the pandemic started. So having that to your advantage is definitely favors Philadelphia more, and they need it more. But my concerns about Brooklyn are more about continuity. They haven't really had their big three on the floor together this entire season. And because of that, I worry about them in terms of worrying if they're going to flip the switch or not. You want to be able to be flowing as best you can going into the playoffs. So let's see if that will affect them more than anything. Bruce Brown misses a 3. Sixers looking to close out this game as we're almost halfway through this fourth quarter. A dominant performance from Joel Embiid has put the Sixers in position to run away with this game. Big time three-point shooting to complement Embiid has put them in position to be up 15 with the basketball as we approach 6 minutes remaining in the fourth. This is a Game of Day by Zay presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. We got a timeout on the floor, so stay tuned. Welcome back as the Nets and Sixers look to close out this game. Great closeout by Matisse Thybulle on Landry Shamet's 3 attempt. Matisse Thybulle blocks that. Sixers able to get possession. Thybulle looking to set up Tobias Harris here on the left block. Harris has had a big fourth quarter. Fadeaway jumper over Claxton falls short, rebounded by Alize Johnson. TLC looking to drive, and he's fouled by Tobias Harris. So Sixers up 15, but I'm sure they don't want to make this game any closer than it has to be. They've been able to rest Joel Embiid for basically all of this fourth quarter, and they want to be able to sustain that, considering that he's been hampered by some left knee irritation. I don't want to say injury because he's still playing, but he did recently hyperextend his left knee, and he's just returning. Brooklyn now on an 8-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Harris with the basketball. Sixers up 14. Mike Scott has to find a teammate. He finds Shake Milton with 4 seconds left. Milton recently hit a 3 from the same spot. Can he do it again? No. Rebounded by TLC. Bruce Brown looking for Nicholas Claxton under the rim. He goes too far under the basket, so he has to reset and find a teammate. 10 on the shot clock. TLC guarded by Shake Milton. He drives baseline. Can he get the basket to fall? He does. So Brooklyn able to hit 100. 112 to 100. 4:50 remaining in the fourth. Ben Simmons has to come back into the game and reset things for the Sixers. Matisse Thybulle from the left corner, he can't knock down the 3. And Alize Johnson couldn't get that rebound. So Simmons looks to come in with the final 4:41 left. And it'll be we get a timeout. We get a timeout on the floor, so we'll be back. 4:41 remaining. Nets trying to make it competitive. 112 to 100. Stay tuned for more as the Sixers lead. Can they finish out this game? Stay tuned. Welcome back for the final 4:35 here, where the Sixers lead the Nets 112 to 100. Both teams have the same record, 37 and 17. Sixers hold the tiebreaker. As of right now, both teams have a 1-1 split in the first two games of the season series, but this game right here should put an end, at least for a one-game advantage for the number one seed. I say that to say that Milwaukee is still just on the outside with three games back behind the Nets and the Sixers, but with 17 games to play, that can be made up at any time. And the Sixers do play the Bucks 2 times here in this month of April, so we got to pay attention to those games and see if those will matter down the stretch. Simmons looking to drive Embiid back into the game. I'm sure if you're Doc Rivers, you don't want to see Embiid back in this game. He misses a fadeaway. Sixers up 12. Nets trying to make a run. Landry Shamet misses a reverse layup, but Alize Johnson is there to finish the layup. So it's back to a 10-point game, 114 to 104. If you're Doc Rivers, this is not what you want to see. He was able to rest Joel Embiid for the majority of this fourth, but the Sixers gave up the game, and now with a steal, TLC able to get a basket. So it's an 8-point game now, 3:37 left. It's still a lot of ball game left. The Sixers' second unit wasn't able to sustain this lead. Ben Simmons and Embiid have had to come back in, but they've been on the bench for so long that they're cold. They have to get their rhythm back, and the Nets are pushing. So 3:37 left. It's an 8-point game. Doc Rivers had to call another timeout. Stay tuned for more as we finish up. Sixers lead 114 to 106, but this game is far from over. We're back as the Sixers up 8, but the Nets are battling. They're battling with a depleted roster right now. No James Harden, no Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's on low management right now. He's coming back from a hamstring injury, and the Nets want to be cautious with him. So Kyrie Irving is out there tonight. Well, he was out there tonight. He sat down for the latter part of this fourth quarter, getting rest. Initially, with the game out of reach, the Nets looked to just really empty out the bench and see what could happen. Since then, they've been on a 16-2 run over the last 5 minutes. Furkan Korkmaz misses a jumper, and Nicholas Claxton gets the rebound. So we approach 3 minutes remaining right now, and the Nets trying to make this a real basketball game. But miscommunication between TLC and Alize Johnson. Alize Johnson got caught in a vulnerable position, not really used to handling the basketball. Tried to set up a dribble handoff. He was going one way, TLC was going the other. So Ben Simmons attacking the paint, guarded by Claxton. Can he get the floater to fall? He does not. Alize Johnson with another rebound. Johnson handling the basketball against Simmons. And we got a foul. So the Sixers in the penalty now. Johnson will go to the free throw line and make this try to make this a 6-point game. First free throw for Johnson is good. So now it's down to 7. The Sixers went into the half up 7, and they got their lead up by as many as 22. But the Nets working their way back in, mostly with the second unit. And now the Sixers in its final 250 here in the fourth are just trying to hold on. They've missed their last 8 field goals. Simmons trying to find Embiid inside. There's contact, no call. Alize Johnson has been at the root of this recent run. Finding Nicholas Claxton at the rim. There's a foul. So Claxton again trying to get this to a 4-point game. If you're Philadelphia, this is the worst finish you can see here, especially with no Kyrie Irving on the floor. You don't have Kevin Durant tonight or James Harden. You dominate for 3.5 quarters, and then you take your foot off the gas, and now the Nets smell blood. They're trying to inch even closer. So now it's a 5-point game, 114 to 109. 2 minutes and 34 seconds left. The second unit for the Nets have been hungry, and they've caught the Sixers slipping. So now the Sixers have to put their starting five back out there. Missed free throw for Claxton, rebounded by Alize Johnson. Can the Nets get another basket? Alize Johnson with the floater. He can't get it to fall. Claxton with the offensive rebound. At the rim, he can't finish, but Claxton is, pardon me, but Alize Johnson gets the putback. So it's an 11-point game. Pardon me, it's a 3-point game, 114 to 111. The Sixers have given up a 21-2 run. Ben Simmons trying to get a basket. This 21-2 run has gone over the last 6 minutes and 14 seconds. You look at the missed free throw from Alize Johnson, rebounded by Claxton. Claxton misses. Alize Johnson is there for the putback. The effort by Alize Johnson cannot go overstated here in the last 3 to 4 minutes. Sixers just trying to hold on for dear life. Simmons at the free throw line. First free throw rolls in. First free throw rolls in. As we get Alize Johnson's numbers, he recently just signed an extension with the Nets after two 10-day contracts. His energy has been rewarded. In 10 minutes, Johnson has 8 rebounds. 8 rebounds, 2 of 4 from the floor. Simmons makes both free throws, so it's a 5-point game, 116 to 111. Landry Shamet over the TLC. TLC's also performed great here in the second half. Embiid trying to stop Shamet at the rim. He cannot. So it's back to a 3-point game. Ben Simmons with the basketball, 145 left. Nets have stormed back. Korkmaz is fouled by Bruce Brown. And to be quite honest with you, that's a bailout foul. Great effort there by Bruce Brown. A bit aggressive, but I still think that considering the time of the game, the guts of the game, being that the Nets are coming back, you can't make that call. Even there's physicality. So Korkmaz will go to the free throw line. Korkmaz has been known to miss big free throws at times, and as I say that, he misses this first free throw here. So it's still a one-possession game. If you're the Nets, be ready to rebound. The Sixers have been rolling for 3.5 quarters, really in control, doing what they need to do, but the Nets have taken over. So it's a 4-point game. 134 left. Bruce Brown tries to get a reverse. Blocked by Embiid, rebounded by Simmons. Simmons is fouled. So great effort there by Joel Embiid. Embiid has gone an MVP chance tonight. He's played exceptionally well. He rested for the majority of the fourth quarter, but with the run the Nets have been on, he along with Ben Simmons has been forced to come back. And because he was sitting for so long, he lost rhythm offensively. But 2 blocks tonight, 37 points, 13 rebounds. Simmons back at the free throw line. He recently made 2 of 2 big free throws to keep the separation for Philly. He misses this first free throw here. Simmons on the season shooting 63%. Tonight, he's 3 of 5 from the free throw line, 15 points. Second free throw is good. So it's a 5-point game. Can the Nets get another big 3? They've utilized the three ball and the offensive glass to really get back into this game. Shamet, hounded by Ben Simmons. We have a foul against Ben Simmons. Over aggressive there. With the Simmons foul, Shamet will go to the free throw line, 1:16 remaining. As we look at the replay, Simmons a bit too physical, try to use his chest to get up into Shamet. Tried to sell an offensive foul, no call. Second free throw was good. So it's a 3-point game, 1:16 remaining. Do the Nets implore the hacker Ben? We'll see. They do not. So we approach 1 minute remaining. Sixers go to Embiid. Embiid takes a double team from Claxton. Alize Johnson comes over to go for a jump ball, but they call a foul. So Embiid will go to the free throw line. The Nets definitely don't like that call. We look at the replay. He invited the double team, was getting ready to pass out of the double team, but he held the basketball. And again, I wouldn't have called that foul. I wouldn't have called that foul. 1:04 remaining. We'll see. Will they challenge this or is this a timeout? It'll be a timeout on the floor. So 1 minute and 3 seconds remaining. Sixers up 3. They have the basketball. Foul was called. Embiid should be going to the free throw line. We'll be back. So Embiid will be going to the free throw line. Foul called against Alize Johnson. The Sixers have given up a 22-point lead. If you're Doc Rivers, you are not satisfied with this victory if you do pull it out, considering how dominant you were. You were able to rest Embiid and Simmons for virtually the entire fourth quarter, and within a 5-minute span, the Brooklyn Nets second unit completely erased a 22-point lead. It's a 3-point game now. Embiid at the free throw line, 8 of 9 tonight. He makes the free throw, so it's a 2-possession game. Embiid was dominant the entire game despite being hampered by some irritation from that left knee. He aggravated it just a bit off of a dunk earlier in the first half. But 38 points tonight, trying to get to 39, he does. So it's a 5-point game. As we approach a minute remaining, Landry Shamet with the basketball gets it to TLC. Claxton trying to find Shamet under the rim. Shamet, scared to shoot the layup, goes to Alize Johnson, which leads to a Nets turnover. That would have been a great opportunity there for the Nets. And Simmons, Embiid's pass was deflected. Danny Green had to save that with 43 seconds left. So the haphazard play from both teams down the stretch, not real people pleasing or aesthetically pleasing. Nevertheless, though, the Sixers will take the foul as Danny Green will go to the free throw line. It's a 5-point game. This game was virtually out of hand. It actually sent Kyrie Irving to the bench. He sat for the majority of this fourth quarter because the Sixers were up by as many as 22 in the fourth. But again, the effort by the second unit cannot go overstated. Alize Johnson, TLC, Bruce Brown, Landry Shamet, all of these guys definitely have contributed to a valiant effort. They won't win this game. It's a 7-point game now with 35 seconds left. Alize Johnson at the rim gets a 2-hand slam. So 36 seconds left. Can the Sixers finish? They get it to Ben Simmons, and Simmons is fouled. So if you foul Simmons, that's the person you want to foul. 62% from the free throw line. He's 4 of 6 tonight at the line. If you foul him with 32 seconds left, you still have, if he misses, this is a 2-possession game. You score quickly, you can play the foul game again. And the Sixers have shown a propensity to turn over the inbound. Let's see what happens here on his first free throw is good. So it's back to it's still a 2-possession game. If he makes this second free throw, it'll be a 3-possession game. But if you're the Nets, you'll take this valiant effort. There's no moral victories. They don't want to take the loss, but the effort to get back into the game is something that you'll be proud of. Simmons misses the second, so it's a 2-possession game. Alize Johnson trying to get inside. The floater off the back rim, no good. Rebounded by Korkmaz. So that should about do it. It's 20 seconds left. Matisse Thybulle with the basketball. That's not somebody that you want to see with the ball in case the Nets wanted to foul, but they will not. They will win it. They will let the Sixers dribble it out. The Sixers will take the win but it wasn't pretty. The Sixers got their lead up by as many as 22 here in the second half off of dominant performances by Joel Embiid and Tobias Harris. They were able to knock down the three-point shots early and often. They were able to get great contributions from their second unit, Shake Milton, Mike Scott, Furkan Korkmaz. These guys definitely complemented what Joel Embiid was doing all night. But again, the second unit by the Nets is the story of the game, especially in that fourth quarter where they didn't have Kyrie Irving, who's the only star of the Nets big three that played tonight. And you saw Alize Johnson, you saw Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot, you saw Landry Shamet, all putting in magnificent efforts to make this a real game down the stretch. Ultimately, too much 76ers, too much Embiid, 39 points, 10 of 11 from the free throw line. He was able to win and put himself in position, put himself back into position as an MVP front runner. If you're the Nets, you were able to evaluate your team in ways that maybe you wouldn't have if the big three is there. No Kevin Durant on the second end of a back-to-back with hamstring management. Kyrie Irving did what he could. When you look at his numbers tonight, 13 of 22 from the floor, ultimately efficient, especially in that first half where he went 8 of 11. He had 9 assists and 37 points, 3 rebounds. He definitely tried his best to keep the Nets within striking distance. When he went to the bench, that second unit picked it up. Alize Johnson, 8 rebounds. Nicholas Claxton, 3 rebounds. Bruce Brown, 14 points, 5 rebounds. Landry Shamet, who started tonight but is usually a second unit player, he had 17 points, 4 of 10 from the floor. The 3-point line is where the Nets struggled tonight. As a team, they only made 4 threes. They were 4 of 21 compared to Philadelphia, who was 13 of 28 from 3. That's not usually the proficiency we would see from the Sixers, but they came out and were knocking them down early and often. Embiid, this is his 11th game of 30 points, 30 plus points and 11 plus rebounds. The Sixers are 29 and 8 when Embiid plays. So again, they'll take the victory. It's not the way they would have liked to finish it, but nevertheless, they win the season series with the Brooklyn Nets. They take a 1-game advantage in the East over the Nets for sole possession of the number 1 seed in the East, and they look to finish out the overall record in the East, trying to lock in that home court advantage. We'll see how it goes and how it finishes. Stay tuned to more Ask Isaiah games. This is a Game of Day by Zay, presented to you by the Ask Isaiah YouTube page. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for tomorrow for another game. Peace.